Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Shubham Jayashree Sridhar Pawar. So, before starting the video, I would like to tell you that my last video was fully in English. That is, part 1 of Etabs. I have explained fully in English language. But from this part, I will be using English and Hindi and sometimes Marathi also. See, for better reach and better understanding. And I could also explain more effectively. मतलब देखिए मैं और भी अच्छे से कोई भी टॉपिक एक्सप्लेन कर पाऊंगा सो लेट्स स्टार्ट
Audio Jungle.
इन टुडेस वीडियो मतलब आज की वीडियो में हम स्टेप नंबर 6 असाइन कंडीशंस टू मॉडल इस पे कंसंट्रेट करेंगे कि मतलब सपोर्ट कंडीशंस के बारे में जानेंगे सपोर्ट कंडीशंस कैसे लगाते हैं या फिर रिलीजेस टू द बीम डायफ्राम्स सी रिलीजेस टू द बीम इज अ मेन टॉपिक ऑफ टुडेस वीडियो देखिए फर्स्ट पार्ट में आई हैव कंप्लीटेड फुल मॉडल ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर और पार्ट 2 में I want to complete the series, but some topics require special videos. So, part 2 में I will only be explaining step number 6. So, it will be a short and effective video. तो शायद आगे के स्टेप्स जो है स्टेप नंबर 8 या स्टेप नंबर 9 एंड स्टेप नंबर 10 स्टेप नंबर 11 इससे भी एक वीडियो लग सकता है मतलब लोड कैलकुलेशन से असाइन द लोड कॉम्बिनेशंस तक सो लेट्स सी सो इन स्टेप नंबर 6 फर्स्ट हम देखेंगे कि सपोर्ट कंडीशंस कैसे अप्लाई करते हैं सो गोइंग टू द टैब्स ओके सो दिस इज द मॉडल मेड इन फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द वीडियो प्लीज सी द फर्स्ट पार्ट अभी सपोर्ट कंडीशंस के लिए हमें पहले वन स्टोरी ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करना होगा जो कि ऑलरेडी सिलेक्टेड है नाउ वी हैव टू गो टू व्यू सेट प्लान व्यू एंड बेस हमें बेस ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर में जाना होगा सो in the base we have to select all the points all the joints and go to assign joints restraints we have to fix the support see this is the fixed support हम fixed support apply कर रहे हैं so apply see you can see by right click yes see restraints are applied so these are the supports we have applied इट्स सिंपल सी सपोर्ट मीन्स कि हमने स्ट्रक्चर को सपोर्ट या फिर फाउंडेशन जैसा कुछ मतलब इट्स टाइप सपोर्ट इट्स लाइक अ सब स्ट्रक्चर सो हमने जो लगाए हैं वी आर मूविंग टू द सेकेंड टॉपिक फॉर वीडियो टुडे दैट इज रिलीजेस टू द बीम या फिर एंड रिलीजेस सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द मेन टॉपिक ऑफ द वीडियो टुडे सो हम देखेंगे कि एंड रिलीजेस होते क्या है इसका कंसेप्ट जानेंगे या फिर ये बीम्स में हम क्यों देते हैं एक्चुअली वी कैन गिव एंड रिलीज टू मीन्स vertical members also column and shear walls also but generally we give it to beams only we avoid in vertical members so हम end releases देते क्यों है we will see so I am going to first I will explain the concept of beams and primary beams and secondary beams so beams are basically classified into two types so I am drawing for explaining the concept of primary and secondary beam मतलब बीम को हम दो भागों में क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं so these are the three drawings I am drawing or three cases see I am denoting the secondary beam by red color okay so in the first case see this is first case here directly column to column connection is there so this is a primary beam मतलब प्राइमरी बीम बेसिकली वी कैन सी दैट कि जो बीम डायरेक्टली वर्टिकल मेंबर्स जिसका सपोर्ट और जो बीम डायरेक्टली वर्टिकल मेंबर्स पे रेस्ट होती है वर्टिकल स्ट्रॉन्ग मेंबर्स मींस जो बीम कॉलम या शेयर वॉल पे रेस्ट होती है वर्टिकल स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रॉन्ग मेंबर्स ओके उसे हम बेसिकली प्राइमरी बीम डिनोट करते हैं सो मैंने स्ट्रॉन्ग वर्टिकल मेंबर्स क्यों बोला बिकॉज देयर इज अ कंसेप्ट कि which known as weak beam and strong column concept okay so this is an important concept according to seismic design or earthquake engineering okay so if you want I can also make a video on this also Okay, so this is a primary beam. Then the beam, जो beam दो beams पे रेस्ट होती है, इट्स नोन एज सेकेंडरी बीम. सिंपल, इट्स सिंपल कि जो बीम दो बीम्स पे रेस्ट होते हैं तो उसे हम सेकेंडरी बीम कहते हैं. एंड दिस इज सेकेंड केस. ओके, नाउ थर्ड केस इज दैट कि कॉलम टू बीम कनेक्शन. Okay, so beam to column connection is means it is also secondary. So basically हम सेकेंडरी बीम को ही रिलीजेस देते हैं ई टैब्स में. बट वाई वी गिव रिलीज टू सेकेंडरी beams only and not primary beams? Okay, I will tell now. First we will see the bending moment of how will be the bending moment of these beams. Okay, so bending moment of all the three beams will be same. So it will like this, something like this. Okay, so the bending moment will be like this. See, this is the hogging moment and this is the sagging moment, or this is negative and this is positive moment. So this is a support moment. And okay, so okay, I'm thinking the concept is clear. The reason because the bending moment will be the same is in ETABS we consider all the joints or all the connections are rigid. So beam to beam connection will also be the rigid. Then column to beam will also be a rigid connection or fixed connection. Then column to column connection will also be fixed connection. So for fixed connection there is moment transfer or support moments also. Okay, which I have drawn here. These are the support moments. So this is the BMT. So all the three cases will have the same bending moment type, or where the support moments will be there, then means the hogging moment will be there and the sagging moment will be there. So देखिए, सो द बेंडिंग मोमेंट यहाँ ऐसे क्यों आए, इसके लिए आपको स्ट्रक्चरल एनालिसिस की पढ़ाई करनी होगी, या फिर बेसिकली मैं कहूँ तो MDM मतलब मोमेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मेथड, MDM, फिर भी कैलकुलेट द सपोर्ट मोमेंट्स, उसकी पढ़ाई. मतलब आप चाहे तो मैं द इंजीनियर्स अगर चाहे तो मैं इस पे भी वीडियो बना सकता हूँ, बनाऊंगा मतलब. ओके, फर्स्ट वी कॉन्सेंट्रेट कि इन रिलीजेस हम खाली सेकेंडरी बीम्स को क्यों लेते हैं और प्राइमरी बीम्स में क्यों लेते हैं. सो ओके, आई एम फर्स्ट डिलीटिंग दिस ऑल. सी नाउ if we take only two cases, ये beam है and this is the column, and if this is something beam to beam resting. Okay, secondary beam and primary beam case. तो देखिए अभी मोमेंट कैसे आएंगे जो मैंने अभी ड्रॉ की थी बीटिंग मोमेंट, कि दिस विल बी समथिंग लाइक दिस एंड दिस इज मतलब कि ये जो मोमेंट है वो दिस इज आर द सपोर्ट मोमेंट अकॉर्डिंग टू फिक्स कनेक्शन, एंड समथिंग लाइक दिस बेंडिंग मोमेंट विल कम समथिंग लाइक दिस. ओके, सो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो फिक्स मतलब ये जो फिक्स कनेक्शन के वजह से, फिक्स सपोर्ट की वजह से ये जो बीम है ये अब देयर आर सपोर्ट मोमेंट्स, मतलब ये सपोर्ट पे ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं अपनी मोमेंट. ओके, मतलब ये बीम इस बीम पे मोमेंट अपनी ट्रांसफर कर रहा है और ये बीम मीन्स दिस प्राइमरी बीम इज ट्रांसफरिंग मोमेंट ऑन द कॉलम्स. नाउ इन एंड रिलीज व्हाट वी डू, एंड रिलीज का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो मोमेंट या जो टॉर्शन होता है, मान लीजिए कि ये बीम है, दिस आर द बीम्स. सो if you give end releases मतलब हमें जो ETABS में अभी this is secondary beam. Okay, so which is resting on both the beams only. If we have to give end releases, so end releases are denoted by these points or dots, we can say, in ETABS. So in end releases what happens that this fixed connection or fixed rigid connection is transferred to hinge or simply support connection. Okay, so उसके वजह से क्या होगा कि एंड रिलीज देने की वजह से कि हमारी मोमेंट सिंपली सपोर्ट हो जाएगी, means the moment will be simply supported and there will be no support moment or support reaction, support moment actually, sorry, support moment, because of एंड रिलीज दिए हमने दोनों साइड में. तो यहाँ पे दिस इज द केस कि यहाँ पे सपोर्ट रिएक्शन नहीं होगा, और सॉरी सपोर्ट मोमेंट ट्रांसफर नहीं होगी इस बीम पे. इट विल एक्ट, दिस बीम विल एक्ट एज अ सिंपली सपोर्टेड बीम और दिस विल एक्ट एज अ हिंज कनेक्शन. ओके, इट्स सिंपल कंसेप्ट. मतलब रिलीजेस हम इसलिए देते हैं कि व्हाट विल से फिक्स जो सपोर्ट है उसके लिए हम मतलब फिक्स सपोर्ट को हम सिंपली सपोर्ट में ट्रांसफ़र कर रहे हैं. तो बेसिकली हम ऐसा क्यों करते हैं एंड व्हाई वी डू ओनली इन सेकेंडरी बीम्स एंड नॉट इन प्राइमरी बीम्स. See, so here is the main concept now, or here is the one of the important point. Okay, consider a being. Okay, if we consider case 1 and if I consider beam, so this is a beam and this is a secondary beam. Okay, so this beam, so okay I'm drawing, तो मान लीजिए कि ये एक सेकेंडरी बीम है. Now, okay, so if I consider this as a reinforcement now, okay, so okay, I'm changing the color of the reinforcement. Okay, so मान लीजिए कि एक secondary beam है and this is the reinforcement. Now in this case what happens that I don't get proper anchorage length or development length. So for example, if I take case of our Etabs model, in which I have taken both primary and secondary beams as 230 by 450 mm. Okay, so this primary beams and secondary beam both are 230 by 450 mm. Now if I consider this reinforcement, मतलब मान लीजिए कि ये जो reinforcement है, this is of 20 mm diameter or 16 mm diameter. So and I consider development length general formula or anchorage length formula. Say I am considering very general formula 50T. Okay, so in this case, if this is secondary beam and this is anchorage length, okay, so here this will come it at down. Okay, so इस केस में हमें anchorage length मिलती है 1000 mm if I consider 20 mm bar. So if this 20,000 mm, okay, so I am drawing now. So in this case, अगर ये 1000 mm के anchorage है, तो we will not get proper anchorage in primary beam of secondary beam. Okay, so if I am not getting proper anchorage of primary beam, if I am not getting proper anchorage of secondary beam in primary beam, then there will be no proper moment transfer. Okay, so if there is no proper moment transfer, then hence the reason that the beam is released and it is converted to simply supported. Now if I consider case number 2, okay, so I consider this as primary beam now and this is a column. if I consider it, ठीक है, मान लीजिए कि ये कॉलम है. Now in this case I am getting proper anchorage length and the bars are proper anchoring into the column. So इस केस में हमें which is a primary beam, this is a primary beam now, case number 2. So इस केस में हमें proper anchorage मिल रहा है, which is मतलब hence the reason कि हम primary beams में we keep primary beams as fixed beam only, we don't release them. Okay, so this was the concept of end releases and this is one of the reason कि जिसमें proper anchorage length हमें नहीं मिलती as practical on site, which is very difficult for proper anchorage length. So this is one of the reason. So and there are many other factors like stiffness factor for end releases and many other means inertia is also considered. So this all factors are for means which affects the release, which affects the beam, so hence the end releases are provided. So the anchorage length factor was one of the main concept. So now I am directly going to the Etabs model of that how the releases are provided. I will show you. Okay, so now this is the Etabs model I open. Here first I have to select all story option because our structure is similar. Okay, we have same frame structure for all the floors except the headroom. So here I am selecting all stories option. Now to assign releases, I am going to assign frame, then release partial fixity. Okay, here I have to select this torsion moment, these two moments, 2 2 and moment 3 3, which moment 3 3 which is the major moment, moment 2 2 which is a minor moment, and torsion. So how to select this? And these moments are actually the major and minor are the local axis moment. There is a concept known as global axis which is this axis x and y, and local axis means every structural member has their own axis which is the local axis. So these three things we have to select and apply. Okay, so we have to assign releases according to this global axis, where the start is from, if I assign release here. Okay, so if I assign release here, if this is being, I have selected all stories. Here I want to assign the release at this point, so this will come at, I am select at the start according to this axis. Okay, okay, so the release has been applied. Similarly, I have to apply here, I have to apply release at both the points. See, the moments will be applied at both the points, but I have to select torsion at one point only, because if I select torsion at both the points, the structure will become ill-stable or unstable. Okay, so torsion I am selecting at one only. Okay, now अभी सेम पैटर्न हम सारी जगह पे अप्लाई करेंगे. ठीक है, दिस इज सेकेंडरी बीम here at both the side. Okay, here and here also both releases. Now okay, so here only at, here at the start point only release will be applied at the start point according to y-axis. See, the release will be applied at the only start, and here the releases will be applied at the end only. I request you to please look properly. Okay, here at the both the end. Okay, so here also at start only according to x-axis. Okay, now okay, so it's remaining. Okay, so this beam is remaining, so this will have both the end releases. Okay, ठीक है, so अभी सारी जगह पे रिलीज अप्लाई हो चुका है. See, releases are not applied at the cantilever beams. Okay, so this is the one of the concept that moment releases are not applied at cantilever beams. So these are all the cantilever beams, and hence I am keeping it at this and not applying the release. Okay, so now I am going to uh, first floor. Okay, so releases are also applied here. No beam is remaining, I think. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, is this a beam? Yes. Okay, तो releases सारी जगह पे apply हो चुके हैं. This is the concept of releases. Now I go to headroom if there are any. So okay, so these are all the beams resting on the column, so no releases are required. Okay, so this was the concept of releases, for which I have especially made a video. Hope you understand it. Now uh, okay, so abhi we are going to step number 6, third step, which is assigning the diaphragms. Okay, so now I am going to assign the diaphragms. See, I am undeforming it. Okay, so releases are assigned, but it is not showing now. Okay, now to assign diaphragms, in the last part or first part of the video, we have defined the defined the diaphragms for particular floor first. Okay, so we have to assign them. Now for first we have to select one story option here. So as we have defined the diaphragms for particular floor, we have to assign them now. Now I'm going to first floor. तो प्लान व्यू, ठीक है, तो मैं पहले फर्स्ट फ्लोर में आ चुका हूँ और फर्स्ट फ्लोर में आके नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू असाइन, देन आई एम गोइंग टू शेल and to shell diaphragms. Here now I have to select the first floor. I have to go to select, then I have to go to coordinate specification. See this properly. Don't select it as object type. Please don't select floors at object type. Select it as coordinate specification and click joint in XY plane. Okay, so now I am selecting it. See, and one story option is must. So now I am assigning the diaphragm of first floor here. So apply. So the same steps I have to follow for all the floors now. So I am selecting it. So I'm going to view. So the same steps I have to follow for all the floors now. So I am going now to select coordinate specification XY plane. Here selecting second floor, apply. Okay. Now I am going to third floor. Okay. One story option is very important here. Okay. So after going to third floor now, I'm going to coordinate specification, selecting it. Okay. So third floor, apply. Now again going to फोर्थ फ्लोर ना. ओके, तो सिलेक्टिंग, ठीक है, ऐसे ही प्रकार से हमें सारे इसमें डायफ्राम्स असाइन करने होते हैं. सो आई एम गोइंग टू फोर्थ फ्लोर. यस, सो आई एम गोइंग टू टेरेस फ्लोर ना. यस, सो इन टेरेस फ्लोर I am assigning code to select coordinate specification XY plane. Okay, so applying terrace floor diaphragm for terrace floor. Okay, now only headroom is remaining. Yes, select. See, similar steps, same steps we are following for all the floors which are containing slabs. So ground floor में हमें slabs नहीं थे, so there is no diaphragm for ground floor. Slabs, okay, yes. So now I'm going to headroom, okay, and apply. See, so diaphragms which we have defined in the last part or the first part of the Etabs tutorial series, we have assigned it. Now I'm saving the model. Sorry, now I'm saving, save. See, so this was the video now in which we have totally concentrated on स्टेप नंबर 6. हमने आज पूरा स्टेप नंबर 6 असाइन कंडीशंस टू मॉडल, जिसमें सबसे पहले हमने सपोर्ट कंडीशंस लगाए, देन द कंसेप्ट ऑफ रिलीजेस टू द बीम which I have tried to explain, and we have assigned the diaphragms. Okay, so check model, we have to check the model. So I am going to check the model, I have to go to analyze, then check the model. Here, as the unit is in mm, I have to select it as 10 mm. Then I have to select all the joints, frames, then shells, then we have not done meshing till now, so please don't select meshing here, select joints. Okay, so okay, so there is no warning in that model, so we have checked the model. So okay, so this was the video. Okay, so in the next part we will probably see step number 8, step number 9, step number 10 and step number 11. I think this part will also be in one video. मतलब इस पार्ट के लिए भी एक वीडियो लग सकता है. लोड कैलकुलेशंस, डिफाइन लोड पैटर्न्स, असाइन लोड्स एंड डिफाइन लोड कॉम्बिनेशंस. So I think that the lecture of beam releases and assigning the conditions is helpful for the students or the engineers watching the video. If there is any doubt, you can feel free ask in the comment section. So thank you, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.